Hello everyone, how are you all? Our topic is going on. What is that? That is application of quadratic formula, and in that part nature of roots is very important. How we can find the nature of the roots? Suppose we are having a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here nature of the roots means don't like that whether the roots are happy or sad, not like. Nature of roots means we have to tell whether the roots are real, whether the roots are equal or they are imaginary. So there is a condition with that. First of all we need to find D. D is called discriminant, and these things already we have discussed. Discriminant, what is the value of discriminant? It is always b square minus 4ac. So nature of the roots totally depends on capital D, that is equal to b square minus 4ac. So there are three conditions. If D is greater than 0, nature of the roots is roots are real and different. Secondly, if D is equal to 0, roots are equal, real, definitely they are real, but real and equal. Okay, I will write they are real and equal. And third one is if D less than 0, roots are not real, they are imaginary. So nature of the roots depend totally on D. If D greater than 0, roots are real and different. D is equal to 0, roots are real and equal, and D less than 0, not real. They are imaginary in this case, and we already know what are imaginary numbers. The numbers which contain iota, that is under root of negative numbers, are always imaginary numbers. So whenever we are getting D less than 0, the roots are imaginary. Because in our quadratic formula also we know that x is equal to minus b plus minus under root of d divided by 2a. So if this d is negative, it will become under root of negative number, and under root of negative number is imaginary. So in that case our roots will be imaginary. This is the reason why we are saying the roots are imaginary. Now we will take few questions. This will make you clear the concept very nicely. First one is 2x square plus x minus 1 equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation, and we have to find the nature of the roots in this quadratic equation. Compare it with standard quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here a is equal to 2, b is equal to 1 and c is equal to minus 1, and we have to find d is equal to b square minus 4ac, that is 1 square minus 4 into 2 into minus 1, that is 1 plus 8 equal to 9. So our D is here 9, that is obviously a positive number, that means 9 is greater than 0. Therefore roots are real and distinct. They are not same. Two roots will be real, definitely they are real, but they are different. Now we will take another example, part 2. Equation is x square minus 4x plus 4 equal to 0. Compare it with the given standard ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. We got a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 4, c is equal to 4. A is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 4, c is equal to 4. Now we will find D. D is equal to b square minus 4ac, that is minus 4 square minus 4 into 1 into 4, that is 16 minus 16 equal to 0. Here our D is equal to 0, therefore the roots are real and equal. Only with that condition we can say real and equal. Here roots are real and equal. Now we will take one more example. x square plus x plus 1, that will make you clear the concept very easily. Compare it with the standard ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. We got a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, c is equal to 1. Therefore, d is equal to b square minus 4ac, that is 1 minus 4, that is equal to minus 3. Minus 3 is definitely less than 0 because all negative numbers are less than 0, and in this case our d is less than 0. Therefore, roots are not real, or you can say roots are imaginary. And I already told you the reason. Imaginary numbers, the numbers are like this: under root of minus 1. Under root of any negative number is called the imaginary number. Therefore, the roots are imaginary here. Now we will take a different category of questions. In this category, nature of roots is already given. In the previous category, we found the nature of the roots, but here, what is the difference? Nature of the roots is already given, and we have to find some unknown quantity like k, a, it is given, and we have to find that unknown number. So find the values of k. Here question is, find the values of k for which the given equation has equal roots. It can be mentioned if the given equation has equal roots. It can be taken as real roots, imaginary roots. But in this question, first of all, I will tell you about how we can find a value of k for which the given equation has equal roots. So our equation is, it will be given to us like 2x square minus kx plus 1 equal to 0. The given, find the values of k for which the given equation has equal roots. The given equation is 2x square minus kx plus 1 equal to 0. Comparing this equation with standard equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, we found here a is equal to 2, b is equal to minus k. Here b is some unknown quantity, and this unknown number we need to find. C is equal to 1. But there is one good thing here. It is given that the given equation has equal roots. Because the given equation has equal roots, therefore d is equal to 0. This condition we need to remember. D is equal to 0, and we have to find this k. So d is equal to 0, that means b square minus 4ac equal to 0. And what is our b square? It will become minus k square minus 4ac. 4 into 2 into 1 equal to 0. It becomes k square minus 4 2s are 8 equal to 0. Therefore, k square is equal to 8, and we will find two values of k. K is equal to plus minus 2 under root 2. Whenever this square goes to the right hand side, it will become under root, because we only want to find a value of k. So k square, from k square we will come to the right hand side with under root, and we know that under root of a. How we can find? We can factorize simply. 2 into 2 into 2. So 8 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2. Only one pair we are getting. That pair comes out of the under root, but this 2 is very lonely. It has no pair, so it will remain in the under root. So k is equal to plus minus 2 under root 2. We found the value of k whenever it was given the roots are equal. So this category is also very important. Now we will consider one more example. K minus 12 x square plus 2 k minus 12 x plus 2 equals to 0. The given quadratic equation is k minus 12x square plus 2 into k minus 12 into x plus 2 equal to 0, and here also we need to find a value of k, and it is given that the roots are equal. Therefore d is equal to 0, that is b square minus 4ac equal to 0. Now you can compare the given equation. Here a is equal to k minus 12, b is equal to 2 into k minus 12, and c is equal to 2. D is equal to 0. This implies b square minus 4ac equal to 0, and our b is 2 into k minus 12 whole square. This is our b. 2 into this b is already in the product of two numbers, but don't worry, we can find easily the square of this number also. 2 into k minus 12 whole square minus 4ac, 4 into k minus 12 into 2, 4ac. Now it will become 2 2s are 4, k minus 12 whole square minus 4 2s are 8, k minus 12. Now see how we can simplify this in a easier manner. If we want, we can solve it. K minus 12 whole square we will open, and then we will multiply this, and simply we will get. But there is a shortcut also. I will tell you how we can solve it by a shortcut way, and that is we can take the common whatever is there, because this is equal to 0. We can write directly. Already we know that the roots are equal. Therefore we can use d is equal to 0, and this is our d here, so we can use directly equal to 0, and we can take common. There are two terms, one term is this, second term is this, and what is common? 4 into k minus 12 is common, because it is k minus 12 whole square, and here k minus 12 single term. So whenever taking 4 into k minus 12 common, inside we are left with k minus 12, and here 4 is common. So divide. Whenever we are taking something common, what we are doing? We are dividing. So we are dividing this whole number with 4 into k minus 12. So whenever we are dividing, this k minus 12 is cancelled with k minus 12, and we are left with only 2, because when we will divide 8 by 4, we are left with 2. So now I think you got how we can make the things easy also. Not always we will follow the particular way. There are so many ways, and we have to use always shortcuts. So here 4 into k minus 12, k minus 14. It becomes k minus 14. Now we can see the 4 can never be equal to 0, and there are product of two numbers, and if the product of two numbers is 0, then definitely at least one of them should be 0. So either k minus 12 equal to 0 or k minus 14 equal to 0. So we got two values, k is equal to 12 or k is equal to 14, and both the values will satisfy the given equation. Whenever we will put the values in the given equation, we will always get the real and equal roots, because it is already mentioned in these type of questions. What we are doing, we are just reversing. In the previous one it was given we have to find the nature of the roots, but in these type of questions it is given the equation has equal roots, and we need to find some unknown number, that is k. So questions are very easy. Now I am taking one more question where find the values of k for which the given equation has equal roots. So first we will find the value of k, and then they are saying find the roots also. Find the roots. In this manner also questions can be asked. Find the values of k for which the given equation has equal roots. Till here we have to follow the previous method as it is. There is no change. But after finding the value of k, we have to find the roots also. See one example of this type of question. 2kx square minus 40x plus 25 equal to 0. First of all, here a is equal to 2k, B is equal to minus 40, C is equal to 25 and D is equal to B square minus 4AC equal to 0. You can give the reason also because it is already given that the roots are equal, therefore D is equal to B square minus 4AC equal to 0, roots are equal. Now we will find B square, that is minus 40 whole square minus 4 into 2k into 25, that is 1600 minus 25 4s are 100 2s are 200k. This is equal to 0. So 1600 minus 200k equal to 0. From here we can see minus 200k equals to minus 1600. This minus gets cancelled. So k is equal to 1600 divided by 200, that is 8. So we found the value of k. Till here we know the method, but now they are asking one more thing. First of all, we need to find the value of k and then we have to find the roots also. Now how we can find the roots of this equation? When we are knowing k, with the unknown quantity we can never find the roots, but whenever we know the value of k, we will put the value in the given equation and then we will find the roots. Now k is our 8 and put this value in equation 1. Now k is equal to 8, apply in this, we get 16x square minus 40x plus 25. We are just putting the value of k is equal to 8. Now there are so many ways solving this quadratic equation. We can solve it by factorization, we can solve it by splitting, by completing a square, and we can solve it by quadratic formula. But there is one more way that today I will tell you. This is a perfect square, 4x minus 5 whole square. See how we can, it is 4x whole square and this is 5 whole square. So 4 into 5 is 20, 20 2s are 40. So it becomes a square. Okay, I will tell you how we can write it. We can write it 4x whole square and this is 5 whole square minus 2 into 4x into 5. So 16x square minus 5 4s are 20, 2s are 40x plus 5 whole square. So it becomes a square plus b square minus 2ab, and we know that it is a minus b whole square. So we can write it like 4x minus 5 whole square. So see how easy it became. So there are different type of question and I am taking and I am trying to take each category so that you can solve easily. So 4x minus 5 whole square means we are getting the 4x minus 5 is equal to 0, x is equal to 5 by 4, and because it will give you two values of x, so roots are 5 by 4, 5 by 4. Already know the roots are equal, therefore there is no problem, roots are definitely equal. Till here we know that we have to find the value of k, but whenever they are asking find the roots also, you have to use that value of k in the given quadratic equation. In place of k you will use that value, and there are so many ways I have already told you, but this is the best way here because it is becoming a minus b whole square. So easily we found x is equal to, there is only one more step that you have to do. Now we will take one more category. If minus 4 is the root of the quadratic equation, here there are two quadratic equations. If minus 4 is the root of quadratic equation x square plus px minus 4 is equal to 0, and quadratic equation x square plus px plus k is equal to 0 has equal roots, has equal roots. Find k. See, what is the difference between this question and the previous one? Here minus 4 is the root of the quadratic equation this. It is already given that minus 4 is the root of the quadratic equation. By using this root, we can find the value of p. I will tell you how. And quadratic equation, this has equal roots. It is also given. There is one condition, that is quadratic equation has equal roots. So we will use the value of p here because there are two unknowns, p and k. X is variable, there is no problem, but there are two unknowns, p and k. This we have to has equal roots. So first of all, our aim is to find the value of p, and this value of p we will use from this quadratic equation. Minus 4 is the root of the quadratic equation, and we know that the root always satisfies the given equation because ultimately it is giving you the value of x. So because minus 4 is the root of x square plus px minus 4 is equal to 0. So definitely it will satisfy the given equation. So in place of x we can put minus 4. I think you understood, because whenever we are finding roots, it is always giving us the two values of x, and here one value is already given, so it will definitely satisfy the given equation. So minus 4x square plus p into minus 4 equal to 0, because this is already given equal to 0. So 16 minus 4p minus 4 equal to 0. 16 minus 4 is 12. So minus 12 plus 12 equal to 0. Minus 4p is equal to minus 12. Minus minus cancel out, so p is equal to 12 by 4, that is equal to 3. So our p equal to 3. Now we know the value of 3, and it is given that quadratic equation this has equal roots. So in place of p, now we can use this value of p, because there are two equations in one question and they are connected with each other. Therefore whatever value we are getting from here of the p, same value of p we can use here. So value of p is 3 here. So x square plus 3x plus k equals to 0. X square plus 3x plus k equal to 0. And what is the condition with this quadratic equation? It is given that the quadratic equation has equal roots. So we have to find the value of k, and this part we already know how we can find. We know that the equation has equal roots, therefore d should be equal to 0, and here a is equal to 1, b is equal to 3, and c is equal to k. So b square minus 4ac should be equal to 0, that is 3 square minus 4 into 1 into k equal to 0, that is 9 minus 4k equal to 0, minus 4k equals to minus 9, this minus minus gets cancelled, so k is equal to 9 by 4. So ultimately we found the value of k. Our question was minus 4 is the root of quadratic equation. First of all we will use, there are two parts in the single question, there are two conditions, we have to use both, and then we can find the value of k. Initially minus 4 is the root of quadratic equation, therefore this minus 4 will satisfy the given equation. So in place of x we can put minus 4, easily we can find the value of p, and both the equations are connected to each other, therefore we will use the same value of p in the other equation. We will get a single quadratic equation with a single unknown k here. And because the roots are equal, therefore we will use discriminant equal to 0, and we will solve it, and ultimately we can find the value of k is equal to 9 by 4. And whenever you are putting this value of k in the given equation, x square plus px plus 9 by 4 equal to 0, and you will use the value of p also, you will see, and you can try this by your own. Put both the values and find the roots of the given equation, you will see the roots are always equal. So vice versa is also true here. Now we will take another category of questions, and that is find the values of k for which the equation has distinct real roots. Till now we have done find the value of k for which the equation has equal roots. That we know how we can do. In that we have to equate d equal to 0. But here find the values of k for which the equation has distinct real roots, and we know that for that d is greater than equal to 0. If d is equal to 0, then also it has real roots. So we have to take d x square minus 4x plus k equal to 0. This is our equation, and we have to find the values of this unknown quantity k for which the equation has distinct real roots. Because the roots are distinct, if they are asking only about real roots, then we can take our capital D as greater than equal to 0. But if they are asking distinct real roots, distinct word is with it, then we have to take only d greater than 0. This is very essential. So we have to find distinct real roots. We will make d greater than 0, and what is our d? We know that d is equal to b square minus 4ac, and here our a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 4, and c is equal to k. So we will consider b square minus 4ac, that is minus 4 square minus 4 into 1 into k. b square minus 4ac, that is 16 minus 4k, greater than 0. For distinct real roots, condition is d should be greater than 0, that is 16 minus 4k is greater than 0, that is 16 greater than 4k, and we can write 4k less than 16 and k is less than 4. So here we are getting a set of values of k, not only a single value of k. Here we are getting a set of values of k, and what are they? They are all the values of k which are less than 4, like minus 2, minus 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. All these values are less than 4, and it will make the quadratic equation will have distinct and real roots. Suppose I am just verifying the result we have got for all values of k less than 4, the equation has distinct real roots, but I will verify the result. Suppose I am taking k is equal to 5. I am taking k greater than 4. Greater than 4, suppose I am taking k is equal to 5. In that case our quadratic equation will become x square minus 4x plus 5 is equal to 0, and in this case b square minus 4ac, 16 minus 4 into 5. So 16 minus 20, and here minus 4. So the equation will have no real roots, because if d is less than 0, we know already equation will have no real roots. So if we are taking k greater than 4, the equation will have no real roots. So our condition is always k should be less than 4. Now I am taking an example. Suppose I am taking k is equal to 1, because it is less than 4. It will definitely have real roots. In this case b square minus 4ac becomes 16 minus 4k, and 16 minus 4 is equal to 12. That is definitely greater than 0. Therefore we can verify the result also. So ultimately we can say that for all values of k which are less than 4, the equation has distinct real roots. Here we are getting a set of values, not a single value. I think you understood the concept how we can find the values of k when the roots are distinct and real. Now I will take one more example, that is, in that example we are taking two equations. In the previous examples, when we were taking the equal roots, then also I took two equations and they are connected. Here also I am taking two equations. Question is, determine the positive values of k. Find the, here the word is mentioned positive, so we have to take only positive values of k. If it is giving negative also, then we have to omit it. We will not consider. Find the positive values of k for which the equation x square plus kx plus 64, x square plus kx plus 64 equal to 0, this is an equation, and x square minus 8x plus k equal to 0 will both have real roots. Will both have real roots. See, here there are two types of equation, x square plus kx plus 64 and x square minus 8x plus k equal to 0, and both the equation should have real roots. See here only real word is used, not real and distinct. So whenever they are asking only real roots, we can take d greater than equal to 0. That is very amazing and interesting, because whenever d equal to 0, then also in that case also the roots are real. So we will consider both the cases, when the roots are equal and when the roots are distinct. So real roots means d greater than equal to 0. We will combine both the results. So find the positive values of k for which the equation this. First of all, we will consider x square plus kx plus 64 equal to 0. For this equation should have real roots, we will make discriminant greater than equal to 0. A is equal to 1, B is equal to k, C is equal to 64. Here, because there are two equations, we will consider discriminant as d1 and d2 to differentiate between them. So I am considering d1, and here b square minus 4ac, 4 into 1 into 64 equals to k square minus 256. That should be greater than equal to 0 because the roots are real. Therefore k square should be greater than equal to 256 and k should be greater than equal to plus minus 16. But see here, it was already mentioned that find the positive values of k. So if we are taking negative, that will be wrong. Here we have to take k greater than equal to 16 only, and whenever it is positive, no need to put the positive sign. It will be sufficient that k greater than equal to 16. Now there is one more equation, x square minus 8x plus k equals to 0. Both the equation should have real roots. I am taking the discriminant of this as d2, and b square minus 8 square minus 4ac, 4k greater than equal to 0, 64 minus 4k greater than equal to 0, 64 greater than equal to 4k. From here we can write 4k less than equal to 64, k less than equal to 16. So both the equation, we have to combine both the equation. We can't take the separate results. We can't say that for this equation k greater than equal to 16 and for this equation k less than equal to 16, because they are asking a combination, a combined result. So is it possible that k greater than equal to 16 and k less than equal to 16 for both the equation? No, it is possible only when k is equal to 16, because it is less than equal to and it is greater than equal to. So k is equal to 16, and this is the positive value of k, positive value of k for which the equation has real roots. But if they are asking the equation has distinct real roots, we can't say, because there is no value. Only at k is equal to 16 we can combine them. If we are taking k greater than 16 and here k less than 16, there is no common number. So in that case, sorry, we can say only positive values of k is equal to 16. I think you understood the concept. When the two equations are given, we have to find a common value of k. When single value is given, there is no problem. And the most important thing is when the roots are real and equal, we have to take d equal to 0. When the roots are real and distinct, we have to take d greater than 0 only. But when the roots are only real, we have to take always d greater than equal to 0. That is very, very important. Now we will consider one more category, and that is for imaginary roots. Only that category is left. We have taken other categories. Now find the values of k for which the equation has no real roots. Find the values of k for which the equation has no real roots. So equation is x square plus 5kx plus 16 equals to 0. This is the equation. We have to find a value of k for which the equation has no real roots, and the condition for that is our d should be less than 0, and here our d is equal to b square. B is 5k minus 4ac, 4 into 64, it should be less than 0. Because the roots are not real means the roots are imaginary. So 25k square minus 64 less than 0. Now whenever it is less than 0, we can't do directly 25k square is less than 64. In the case of this, we should take common. That is the proper way. If you are doing like that also, then also no problem will be there, but this is the proper way, that take common 25k square minus 64 by 25 less than 0, and we know that suppose this is our x, this is our y, and the product of x y is less than 0, and we know that x is greater than 0 because here x is our 25. This is greater than 0 and this whole quantity, and the product is less than 0. Therefore this y, this is total y, this should be less than 0 because the product of two number is less than 0 and one is greater than 0, then obviously second should be less than 0. So we can use this concept. I am taking an example. Suppose I am taking, we know minus 20 less than 0. If we are taking 5 into 4, can we say it is also less than 0? Both are positive. No. Product is less than 0. Therefore either minus 5 or 4. Either of the number should be less than 0, or means either of the number should be negative. Only then we can say that the product is less than 0. So here we already know that 25 is greater than 0. So y should be less than 0. That's why we will consider k square minus 64 by 25 is less than 0. And we can write it k square minus 8 by 5 whole square is less than 0. Now I am going to tell you very, very interesting result. Suppose I am having x square minus 2 square less than 0. Suppose I am having this x square minus 2 square less than 0, then in that case x should be greater than minus 2 and it should be less than 2. Means x should lie between minus 2 and 2. We can take greater than equal to also. Suppose I am taking 2. In this case, no. Equality we can't take. Minus 2 and less than 0. Suppose I am taking minus 1. So minus 1 square minus 4, 1 minus 4, that is less than 0. But I am taking a number greater than 2. I am giving you an example how we can solve such type of equations. I am giving this is only a separate example, not connected to the question. X square minus 2 square less than 0, x should be greater than minus 2. Suppose I am taking x more than 2. Suppose I am taking 3. So 3 square minus 2 square, that is 9 minus 4. Can we say it is less than 0? No. So we have to take the numbers only between minus 2 and 2. This is the result already, that if x square minus a square less than 0, then x should be always greater than minus a and less than a. This is very important result. We can use it in other questions also, and we can use it here also. For less than 0, question is quite different. We can't use directly the results. So here x square k square minus 8 by 5 whole square becomes x square minus a square, and it is less than 0, therefore x should be greater than minus a, less than a. From here we can say that x should be greater than minus 8 by 5 because our a is here 8 by 5. K should be greater than minus 5, less than 8 by 5. Any number between these numbers will definitely satisfy the given equation, but if we are taking k more than this and less than this, it will never satisfy the given equation, it will never satisfy this inequality. So the condition for the values of k for which the given equation has no real roots, these are the values of k. Here also we are getting set of values of k. K should be greater than minus 8/5 and less than 8 by 5. I think you understood the concept how we can find a different values of k with different conditions when the roots are equal, real, distinct or imaginary. So this was our today's lecture. I hope you liked today's video. If you have any doubt, please ask me in the comment section. So we will meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye.